Hi, hello, and howdy. I'm Mushy, and you're you. Hello, you. And we're here at Dark and Creepy Diamond Painting with a PR unbagging from PaintSomeWay. If you recall, I did do my very first PR unbagging from PaintSomeWay a couple weeks back, and I wanted to try them again and see what else they had to offer. And so here we go. Let's see what I got. Okay, we did get 2 canvases. The first one I'm going to show you looks to be 50 by 30. I had actually requested this one the first time, but they were sold out. So this might be a popular one. This might be one that might, I don't know, could be hard to get because it was sold out originally. But then it came back and I snapped it up. Here we go. This one is titled Blood Kiss, is what they call it on their site. And I do recall that we had some minor issue, to some people it might be an issue with the drill field size. This is again a 50 by 30 diamond painting, but I can tell just from looking that I feel like the drill field is not going to reflect that. I do see really large borders, which affords us really large mistakes with cellophane. No, that's all me. That was all me. But it does afford us really large tables here if you use the tables on your diamond paintings. But otherwise, I don't really feel like the large borders give us a benefit. Maybe with the way if you frame a certain way and you need the border to like wrap around a frame, but it does sadden my soul a little bit when I see a 30 by 50 and I'm thinking and hoping that it's gonna be the drill field size, and really it's not the drill field size. But we do kind of see that a lot with budget companies, and depending on the art, it can turn out just fine. The image can turn out just fine. I am struggling with the cellophane more than usual. Of course, recently I did have another struggle with another cellophane that was maybe just as bad as this struggle. I hope nobody saw that video. But this one is called Blood Kiss, and here it is without the glare. It looks to be this beautiful young woman. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to know who she is, but I don't. She does kind of have a little bit of like this crackled skin, almost like a porcelain type breaking here. I'm not sure. Does seem to have that kind of throughout. But if you notice here, this beautiful girl, she's looking eye to eye with this face here, and you can see both of her hands. She's holding a head. This is like just a head. I don't think this head belongs to a body because she's got one hand holding the back of the head here, one hand holding the front. Her thumb does look a little, okay. It does look a little, it looks a little thick, but yeah, does anybody recognize this art or these characters from something and it would relate to something Blood Kiss? I'm not sure. I don't recognize the characters, but anyway, beautiful girl holding a debodied head. There we go, a debodied head, and looking it right in the eyes. Somebody did her dirty. This somebody did her dirty, and she is looking them in the eye like, got you now. That's what happens. Mess with me. Let's measure the canvas just to confirm my sad suspicions. So on the 50 axis, we do have 43.5. So we're missing, what is that, 6.5 from the horizontal, and the vertical is sitting at 24 where it should be 30. We're missing 6 on the vertical. Sad to see it, but it happens. Now, This is a round drill kit with 19 colors. And I want to take a look here at the thumbnail so you can kind of get a better idea. This is it, folks. Oh, she mad. She real mad. You did her dirty and she took your head for it. Oh yeah. I like the image. It's spooky enough for me. Now I do see that we have 1, 2, 3 ABC, which is great. But I'm a little nervous about like dark on dark. I do see this dark 2 on a dark color. We'll check the canvas. Dark D on a dark color. Everything else seems to be, oh, this 5, a dark 5. So we're going to look at 2, 5, 6, and D. While we check the clarity of the canvas, keep your eyes peeled for 2, 5, 6, D. I do see D's already right here. Not as scary as it was in the table, so that's good. Is this that's an 8. I didn't even have that on the list. There's a 6 also. Interesting, it's one color here and one color there. That might be a little confusing. There's a D there. It is dark on dark, but I think it should be okay. It kind of looks like, see, 8. 8 was not one of them. Look, 8 here is a light on dark, but if you look at the 8s here, that's dark on dark. Unless there's a B. Yeah, is there? No, there's no B. This is it, folks. A little concerning. I mean, I have you like this close. I mean, just maybe 2 inches from the camera. So you can probably see it a lot clearer, but when you're like down here working, even with a light, that might be a little dicey. And I'm seeing a lot of darkness in here, so might just have to be careful. Won't really know until we get a light under it. There is a lot of color blocking over here. The color palette speaks to me. I do like these cool, more muted, subdued tones. So there's that. The artwork is nice. I'm just, I see a lot of detail in hairs here, crackles in her skin. I'm not really sure those are going to come through once we put drills down with a canvas this size. So this one will be interesting to see, does it work or doesn't it? But I do see a lot of color blocking on the edges and, on the flesh parts. It did come with a boat, a pen, and a wax, per usual with most diamond painting kits. And it looks like we have the dreaded baby trains. This drill packet does not come with any kind of discerning label, nor do the individual drills in here, aside from a DMC code, which is very bright and vivid, which is nice to see. It's like a blue metallic, so it sticks out. But you would need to label this packet if you were going to store these separate. There's no real indicator of what canvas it would belong to. Again, baby trains, not my favorite, but, we often deal with these. And then we're looking at color palette. We do see a lot of the white that's going to, be throughout here. This beautiful kind of green. Here's a beautiful green here. I do see varying shades of green, lots of blacks, dark browns. There's a light blue gray. So, yeah, you guys, that's kind of our color palette. We might get a better idea. See, there's a bunch of greens morphing into some taupes and browns, some more greens, browns, beige. That's kind of sums it up. Green, brown, beige, and taupe. I like it. I like the colors. I like the image. I'm just really kind of nervous about seeing some of these symbols in the darker area, because even on the table, it shows 8s as being white on a dark background, and on the canvas, it shows it being a dark on a dark background. A little concerning, as well as the loss of drill space to frame size. Concerning. We do have labels on both sides and thumbnails on both sides, and also kind of bummed about the baby trains, but that kind of is what it is. This one I'm on the fence about, to be honest. I really want this image to work, but wanting it to work and it actually working once completed, totally different story. We won't know until we know. Let's check out the other canvas. All right, and this next canvas I'm quite pretty excited about, because you guys know I have talked about like Garbage Pail Kids, so you can kind of guess the era I'm from and what I grew up with. And this is a character I grew up with and used to love as a child, and when I saw a goth version, I was like, hey, let me check it out. And being a bigger canvas, maybe we'll have better luck than previous canvases. So let's see, this is a 40 by 50, and I'm gonna have to unroll it this way for space constraints, so bear with me, you guys. Does anyone recognize who this is? Now on their site they list her as Goth Disney Alice, but I can tell you it is not that person. But this is a much thicker cellophane than the previous canvas we just looked at and previous canvases that we have gotten from this company. So I do like that already. You saw I was struggling with that thinner stuff. This is a thicker, I mean, very similar to Raven Diamond Arts type of film, if you guys are familiar with that company. I don't really know of any other references to thicker cellophane cover sheets to point you to, but that's like the thickness of it. This is very nice, thick. It was a little sticky and hard to peel up. Let me just 1 second, I gotta investigate something. Okay, so this I'm gonna say is double-sided adhesive, because I just got a headache from that quick sniff. I sniffed the glue, you guys. I'm sorry. I had to know. I had my suspicions. I was like, I think I detect an odor. And then I brought it closer, and boy, yeah. You know that unmistakable glue odor. That would be what I just detected, which would explain why, perhaps, this has the thicker, harder to peel off cover. Normally we get the opaque, like white sheet covers, but I've been noticing more and more lately that the double-sided adhesive is starting to come with these thicker, clear sheets, so you can see the artwork through there. But oh my goodness, whew, it is quite resistant to being pulled back. And once you do pull it back, don't do what I did. Do not put your nose right up next to it. like the brainiac that I am. Anyway, back to the matter at hand before I got distracted by the fumes. Phew. Do any of you recognize who this is inspired by? Who this character is? Because like I said, it is listed as Goth Disney Alice, but I can tell you that is not who it is. Who is the inspiration? Do you know? Because I do. I'll say it. To me, this is, I don't know if I'd go so far as to say goth, but it is, an enhanced in a certain way, not sure which way, but enhanced Rainbow Brite, you guys. You can tell here by the dress, the rainbow effects, and particular her little companion. That is a Rainbow Brite companion, and the headband here. I think this is where the goth comes in, as we've got skulls here, but otherwise I'm not really seeing much that says goth. Maybe some red lips might tend to lean to some gothy appearance. And the unamused look on her little star fluffer nut alien person companion's friend, but really I think she's just a more beautified, dollified version of Rainbow Brite, and they just stuck a skull headband in there to make it goth. Her star on her cheek is black. that could also be contributory to the goth designation, but here it is. There you go, without the glare. What do we think? So this is a 24 color round drill canvas. It did come with the standard tool kit, the pen, the boat, and a pad of wax, or as I like to call it, a KitCatPattiwak. Cat. You should have never told me, Kit Kat, that you thought when I said pad of wax that I was saying paddywhack, and that you thought I was talking to you and made you look, because now I'm going to do it every time. And you're never going to know, am I talking about wax or am I talking about you? You'll never know. And you can't ignore it because I could be talking about you one of these times. Haha. Okay, so anyway, here it is. Now this does say 40 by 50. Like I said, we got 24 colors. Let's see. The borders don't look as big to me on this one, so I'm hopeful. So we're supposed to be a 40 here. We're 35. So we're short 5 centimeters in the drill field on the horizontal axis, which means it's probably going to be about the same on the vertical. Yeah, we're just sitting at 45 where it should be 50. So we do lose 5 centimeters horizontally and vertically. And so why I mention like how much drill space we lose to border, and it sounds like, okay, 5 centimeters, not a big deal. But for those of you who maybe haven't done the calculations or don't realize, like right at, say 5 centimeters like this one, that's 2 inches. And I don't know, I remember in school they taught us like, what was it? This middle knuckle to the tip of your finger, that's 2 inches. We lose 2 inches, that much. We lose 2 inches of drill field space, you guys. So, you know, that is a considerable amount where this image could have been, we could have gotten more background, or maybe it could have been a little bit bigger. So it does make a difference. And especially when we see canvases where we lose 5, 6, 7, I think I've even had one that was close to 10 centimeters we lost to the border from the advertised, from the advertised size. You know, you're looking at 5 entire inches you lose. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I measure. That's kind of why I like to think about it and consider it. And I tell you guys, because I think it's only fair to note that, you know, when you're shopping and you're looking and, oh, it's a 40 by 50, that's going to be a really decent size. That's the size I want the drill field. And then you get it and the drill field is actually, you know, 5 centimeters shorter on each side. Us here in the States that use our measuring system in inches, we think centimeter, itty bitty, but it adds up. And in this case, it does add up to losing. We lose this whole inch on each side, you guys. We lose, this border is not the drill space. So, I mean, that's just kind of why I go over that. For those of you who are like looking to shop for canvases that say 40 by 50, 30 by 40, 50 by 60, whatever the size, and you're looking for canvases that drill field that size, that is why I communicate to you when I say this is, for example, a 40 by 50, but in reality, that's not the drill field size, because I know a lot of us shop for drill field size, and when we shop for canvases and see those measurements, and if none other are given to us to show us the drill field, at least now you know, like this particular company, you want to get a size bigger if it's available, if you're wanting that drill size. Make sense? It did to me. Anyway, so here we are. We do have, she's, you know, a very pretty girl. She's been beautified. She does have the skull headband there. And her little, I forget what this was called, but it was star something. I think this is supposed to be like a little fuzzy alien star. I don't know. I had this doll when I was a kid, and her little companion, and I can't remember his name. The kit does come pre-bagged, nice big bags for us, Ziploc. There is no discernible information on the sleeve, so you will have to label the sleeve if you store the drills separate from the canvas. And here's our color palette, as one might expect. It is a, guess what? Rainbow. Yeah, we do have a rainbow of colors. purple, green, yellow, orange, blue, red. We got the Roy G. Biv, folks. Remember that from school? Roy G. Biv. We've got it all, and it's all right here. The drills do look nice, clean. They are shiny, but I've seen, you know, some of them I call, where I don't want to take away the fact that they are drills and they are going to reflect light, but I've noticed some drills more on the matte side and some more on the just, you know, almost like shiny, wet looking side. These would be, I would say, more on like a matte side of shiny, if that even makes any sense at all. But there you go. I don't see any discernible markings on the bags though. Yeah, there it is. I was gonna say, oh my gosh, we need numbers on the bags. It does number the bags according to the table, 1 2 3 4 5 all the way down to 24. No DMC on there or symbol on there, so pay attention when you're kitting up. And it does look like we have some drills trying to escape their baggy enclosures, so also be aware of that. So here is the thumbnail up here. I want you guys to see the thumbnail. Her eyes are pretty dark, and in the image up here she's got rainbow eyeshadow, but up here in the thumbnail it kind of looks dark, which might add to the gothiness of it. And here is our table. We do have the alphabet. It is not in any discernible order here within the alphabet, but it is in DMC order, and there were no special drills. And I'm looking at the table here for light on light or dark on dark scares. I don't see anything. Everything seems to be light on dark and dark on light. Let's take a look at the clarity of the canvas. I do see quite a bit of confetti here, but also some significant color blocking. We might have us a mixed bag here. There's her little headband. I'm not noticing any symbols that are unclear or sketchy to me at all. Let's check some of the heavier area here. Yeah, that looks just fine. I don't see anything that's going to be too similar and confusing, hard to read. This looks really, really clear. All right, you guys, what do we think? Okay, you guys, so everything that I showed you in this video should be listed in the description box below, as well as I should have listed the prices on the screen for you of every item. And this is from PaintSomeWay. I want to say thank you to PaintSomeWay for sending me some of your products to show my viewers and for me to take a look at and do my little analysis and opinion on. I do appreciate that, and I want to say thank you. Oh, and one last final note. I wanted to let you know these did come in one of these poly mailers. This is the type of mailer that these come in. Really, that's all I've got for today, folks. Thank you so much for coming and checking out what I got. Links in the description box below. Tell me, what do you think of these canvases? Did you like either one of them or both of them? Are you going to go check out the site and see what there is to see? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Give me a big thumbs up if you like to see this kind of video, or if you like this company, PaintSomeWay. And with that, we're done, and I will see you in the next video. Stay naughty.